Hello everyone, welcome to Busy Brain Club where thinking is free and we should do more of it. In this video we're going to speak about the EV tax credit fiasco. But first a message for the viewers. At Busy Brain Club, the price of admission is free. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You could join Patreon or join us on Locals. I'll leave a link in the pinned comment below or a card in the corner, whichever corner it is. Oh, we have the Busy Brain Club Productivity Journal. That's a good way to support the channel. Please check that out as well. So this dude, Farzad Mesbahi, I know I'm messing up this guy's name, but he made this video about the EV tax credit, which was very informative. I'll leave a full link for that video in the description, but I'm going to take some excerpts out of it. He highlighted the backward nature of the EV tax credit, where the following hybrid vehicles are allowed to have tax credit, $7,500, and a full EV isn't. Okay, so you got an Audi, you got a BMW, then you got a Ford Escape, and you get the Jeep. Well, there's two Jeeps. You got the Wrangler, and you got the Cherokee, and they're all hybrids. All the vehicles I listed are all hybrids. Now, to be fair, all Tesla Model 3s, I believe, qualify for the tax credit, but only one configuration of the Model Y does. The full list of vehicles that qualify is on the IRS website. I'll leave a link in the description for that. So he gave some examples as to what qualifies for the tax credit. But all of these vehicles are all hybrids. So when you look at the list, you can see that they're incentivizing hybrids over fully electric vehicles. So even though Tesla doesn't benefit fully from the tax credit, even though they only make EVs, the other companies are shooting themselves in the foot. While they continue making hybrids, Elon Musk is going to continue making fully electric vehicles. They will fall further behind, wasting resources and developing hybrid vehicles instead of transitioning fully to EV manufacturing. I don't see this ending well. This is, however, my opinion. It's not an accident. It is a concerted effort to limit Tesla's incentives. You could make the argument it's to reward competition in the electric vehicle sector, given that Tesla has such a large head start in the EV manufacturing business. But it goes deeper than that. If you rewind a little bit, where there was the EV summit that ended up being this controversial event, partly because it was hosted at the White House, basically the US government, but for some reason Tesla wasn't invited. This is the same company that is currently selling 4 models of EVs in the largest quantities, more than any other automaker, and I believe at the time they were contributing to 74% of all EV sales. To not include them is more than an oversight. In my opinion, it's very intentional. People will come up with different conclusions and they'll say it's just bias, some companies are getting preferential treatment. But when I look at it, I ask the question, who has that much juice to be able to make this happen? And when I say juice, I'm not talking about OJ. No, not that OJ. Who is able to pull the strings at the highest level that ignores reality? To ignore the largest EV manufacturer in the United States? Who? Well, let's look at who attended the summit. It was GM, Ford, Stellantis, and the UAW. Elon Musk points his finger at the UAW. Can an auto workers union pull that kind of clout? What does that say about the government?
A good question for another time.
Elon Musk was pissed, to say the least, and made his intentions known via tweet and in a particular interview. Let's take a listen.
You know, like Biden held this EV summit. Didn't invite Tesla. Invited GM, Ford, Chrysler, and UAW. An EV summit on the White House. Didn't mention Tesla once and praised GM and Ford for leading the EV revolution.
So you were pissed.
Does this sound maybe a little biased or something? And then, just not the friendliest administration. Seems to be controlled by the unions, as far as I can tell.
You see, they don't understand Elon Musk as I do. He's a new breed of billionaire. He does not use his money to kiss ass. If he thinks you want him to get on his knees and pucker up, best believe he will engineer his way out of it, like he does with most things he's doing. So let's get back to the list. Just look at it, a bunch of hybrids getting an electric vehicle tax credit. Hybrids are not the future. They were supposed to be the transition towards the future. Toyota made one of the most popular ones, the Prius. The idea was at least how I thought it would happen. All automobiles from different manufacturers will eventually transition to a hybrid version of their most popular models. The government will incentivize their transition towards fully electric vehicles with government subsidy. Simultaneously, build out the infrastructure for the electric vehicles while slowly phasing out the older infrastructure, allowing for a smoother transition with less economic turmoil. Instead, you will have these greedy automakers sandbagging for decades until Elon Musk and the engineers at Tesla show up and start kicking ass. If I were to do an EV tax credit, certainly I will prioritize the incentive towards fully electric vehicles and give a much smaller incentive to the hybrid. Incentivize the outcome is always the game to play. I want electric vehicles, and those are the ones I want you to build. But in this case, we have the opposite. This is an example of innovation being stifled by the people who do not benefit from it coming to fruition. Remember, people, they didn't pull these numbers out of their ass. 55,000, 80,000, along with the rules that govern the EV tax credit, came about from a bunch of people crunching numbers and trying to get a specific outcome. It is very intentional that the outcome they want, you have to be living on another planet if you think it's by accident. Fortunately, Elon Musk doesn't care, and we are better for it. If Elon has his way, he will release the cheaper model Tesla that will benefit from the tax credit, bankrupt Ford, GM, and Stellantis. This will destroy the largest contributors to the UAW. Their power will wane, and they won't have the capital to influence the decision making at the highest level. They also will likely go bankrupt. Elon will have his revenge for pissing him off, and that's how the cookie crumbles. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button. To support the channel, you could also subscribe to Patreon or Locals or purchase our Busy Brain Club Productivity Journal, available on Amazon. Links are in the description for all of these things. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.